All right, welcome everybody. We've got Bruce, Valerie, Woody, Scott. Yeah, don't worry about it, Woody. I actually enjoyed the challenge. I could put a little more time into it and get it, but it was interesting. Not something I've heard before. So yeah, hope you guys had a good New Year. Eugenio, welcome. All right. Happy New Year, guys. So go ahead and type your questions. Let me know if you can hear this okay, too. Marwin, welcome. All right, well, go ahead and type your questions when you get them sorted out. Thought we could look at just some New Orleans, this New Orleans thing I use all the time. It's kind of a funky pattern, but I'll just kind of do that. All right, good. Sounds okay. Yeah. And if nobody has any questions, we'll just do that and maybe go home and enjoy the new year. All right, so I'm going to show it in G. I use this sort of thing over. Use this sort of thing over Rockin Pneumonia and Boogie Woogie Flu. So I do that in G, and the bass line basically is. Oh no, Bruce, we're having that trouble again. I wonder if you type all caps, if it thinks it's some sort of yelling and so it blocks it. Try typing a few not caps and then caps. Like Scott, I can see your question there. What are your 2023 piano goals? That's a good question. I have actually hooked up with a DJ in England. Really cool stuff he's been doing called Electro Swing. And so we've been working on some stuff together. So that would probably be one of my goals, is to get a few songs out in that Electro Swing genre. It's really cool. I'm going to definitely keep you guys up to date as we get our tracks finished. And he's got a festival out there, too. I know a lot of you guys are in England. You guys can't hear the mic? Okay, let me turn this up a little bit. Let me know. Yeah, Bruce, I saw that for you. I see this, Bruce. So that worked. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like your question. Oh, there you go. You can email Valerie at Blues Boogie Woogie Classical Piano. Okay, so here we go. This is the left hand I use. Wow, Scott, you're going to learn a boogie tune each month. That's a pretty good goal. You'll have 12 new songs. All right, so this left hand for this New Orleans groove is, I hit that octave first and then jump down. I'm kind of keeping my hand in this octave slash with the octave fifth position here. I move it down. And then, so I'm walking up the bass. Oops. That's what I do. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. So you see how the bass is like basically, and this is inspired by a James Booker type technique. So I'm trying to do other things in the top here to make it a little more sound like two hands. And then do the same thing in D. I might not do the fifth on that A. I might go 1, 2, and 3. And then when you put the right hand with it, I'm basically going. So it's basically a G chord shape. Let's see here, we got Mad 1 CE. I'm sure that is like, there's a cool way to say that, which is not what I just said. Welcome. Ed H, welcome. Can you hear the mic now? Val, I don't know if I'm going to come to the UK. I would love to, yeah. Remember, I'm going to be starting an actual job. I don't know how much time I'll have to like take off and do music stuff right away. Can you imagine me having a real job? Yikes. Got a question here. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm sure it's not English. It's chip car, but sorry about that. So let's see your question. Any tips how to practice when you begin to develop wrist strain in the left hand? That depends on where the strain is and what motions hurt it more and what motions don't hurt it. So I think if you can find a way to keep your range of motion by passively stretching gently your wrist so that you can keep your range of motion there. One of the things you don't want to do is immobilize it if you just have if it's a strain, I'm thinking your muscle. If it's a sprain, it's more your ligaments, which would be a different kind of treatment. But if it's your muscle, then you got to lay off it a little bit. Maybe get some massage in your forearm or your hands, and find a way to play that doesn't stress that or doesn't bring up that pain. Actually, that's not. I wouldn't call it muscle strain, but because my hands would fatigue when I was younger, and I would play like this bass line. If I had to play that for a long time, which, might be one song. I'm talking about like when I was 13 or 12. If I was going to play this for like 5-minute song, like if I was doing background music, and it was in the midst of already playing a half hour, or something, my hand would get tired, my arm would get tired, my forearm. And so, but you can't really stop playing. So I would try different hand positions and different techniques, just trying to relieve the pain while I was playing. And so that's how I kind of evolved into my own kind of style of playing that fits my hands, which is kind of with the arms turned out here. My hands are turned what we call supinated, is if you turn your hands up. So this is pronated. It's like, I'd say maybe 25, 30 degrees of supination there from being fully pronated. So it's like I just put down a glass of water and I let my hands fall to the keys like this. I don't keep my hands straight for everything, really, unless it's a temporary thing, if I have to do a certain reach or something. So if you notice the way I play, like if I do boogie, my hands are always biased towards the fifth finger. Hey guys, is it cutting out? Is it like choppy? Because on this kind of monitoring view I have, it looks like the video is freezing. Let me know, because I know that the kids are awake and they're like watching something in the other room. I can go put a stop to that if it's draining the connection too much here. It is? Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, that might be better. Sorry about that, guys. It's been so long since it's been competing for the internet around here. I just took off everybody. I took off everybody from the internet. Let me make sure I'm on the fast one. Yes. Okay. All right. Hopefully that improves it. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's back up and see some other questions here. Remember to write them all in caps so that I can see them. Let's see. Just looking for. Here we go. Alan, is it a good idea to alternate minor and major blues scales? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Especially with boogie stuff. If you want to have a more authentic boogie sound, they barely used the minor blues scale. Hardly ever. So if we go back to G, there's the minor blues scale. Because a lot of the boogie bass lines contain the major third. So you're always reinforcing that. Doesn't sound great. But if you mix it with the major blues scale and use primarily that one, maybe saving the minor blues scale for the 4 chord or the 2-5 or like the 5 chord or something, it's going to sound a lot better. But I also really recommend using licks to mix in with these things, not just scales. Um, I haven't used the minor one yet. Here I go. And can come right out of it. So I would hardly use the minor blues scale. Boy, it still looks like it's freezing. Hi. I'm going to end this and jump back on. I'm sorry, guys. It's ridiculous here.